everybody, and welcome to another week of Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. Thank you for joining me for another fun filled week where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going during these tough times and beyond. So come on in the room and have a seat so we can let's talk. Each and every week, you guys can view my shows. Now, after starting October 4th, you'll be able to view my shows on Roku. I'll give you more information about that and how you can tune in to the show. But up until then, they'll be live here on Facebook. All right, you guys. So we've changed some things around in terms of, I used to call it I don't know, Inspirational Friday or Laugh Out Loud Friday, those kind of things. I've changed it all around, and we have a different altogether segment of what we're calling it. So we're now calling it Let's Talk, right? How befitting, right? So so this is what we call, in my computer, it just wants to go haywire on me. I do not know why, but you guys bear with me. This is hilarious. So this show, if all goes well, will actually be shown on the Roku network. So super, super excited about that. So this is going to be the Let's Talk show of what do you bring to the table, right? What do you bring to the table? Do you bring baggage? Do you bring good stuff? Do you bring what do you bring exactly to the table? So that's what tonight is going to be about. And I want you guys to make sure that you chime in, give me your take on things, what your thoughts are, and the whole nine. So um in what's hot news, okay? So with what's hot, basically my thoughts and prayers go out to those that have been affected by the Hurricane Ian. It's so sad seeing the footage on the news about, how it just decimated homes and the destruction that it left behind. So, so sad. And so, like I said, my thoughts and prayers are with those all the way from Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and I think it's, as we speak right now, headed up to the northern, eastern seaboard. So you guys hunker down, and we got to definitely lift those individuals up in prayer. We definitely got to do that. So what I would like for you guys also to do is I want to share something with you guys so you know what we've got going on here. It's for those of you that aren't familiar with Roku. What you can do is, if you've got a smart TV, you can download the Roku app to your smart TV. Say, for example, you've got Netflix is already on your smart TV, or Hulu, some of the others. You can actually put that on your TV. You download Roku. And so as you see there in the white box, you just basically go in, you add Roku, then you're going to put in the search field MJ Own Network. And then there you'll go in and you will look for my channel, Let's Talk with Author Dre Lett. All the shows will be streaming 24 hours a day. Okay. And then if you don't want to download the Roku app, it's free on your TV. You can download it to your phone or your computer. Right. So what you'll do there is you'll download Roku. Then again, you'll put in the MJ Own Network, and then you'll go looking for all the channels that's there. And my channel is Let's Talk with Author Dre Lett. So what you guys probably didn't hear me say, and I apologize for the technical difficulty, but basically, you'll see all the shows streaming all the time. So those of you that are live with, part of the live virtual studio audience, my Let's Talk fam, you guys, I will continue to tape the shows live here on this social medium. But then if you want to watch the full show, you'll have to go over to Roku and watch it over there. Okay. So you guys make sure, if you got any questions, put them in the comments and I will definitely, answer them. But starting October 4th, that's where all the full shows will be shown on Roku. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. The internet gods are playing games tonight, y'all. But it's all good. That's what happens. That's what happens. All right. So now that I've mentioned that, so you guys, what we're going to do is I want you to chime in where you're checking in from, the city, the state, the whole nine. So I can give you a shout out. Let's Talk fam. And we're going to break away quickly for this quick, brief announcement from our sponsor. And when I come back, I'm going to definitely give you guys a shout out. Okay. All right. And so here's a message from our sponsor. Okay, you guys, that was a message from our sponsor. So, if you guys want to be an advertiser with the show, like I mentioned earlier, we're going over to Roku, and Roku has 80 million viewers, right? And there's a plethora of channels and the whole nine. This would be your first opportunity to get your business, to get your name out there. If you guys want to be a part of the Roku family, ads as you saw are starting at 250. They're negotiable, but also if you want me to give you a shout out or hold up your product or your shirt, or if you like our production company help you with your ad, or if you already have one made, just reach out to us. The information is scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. So again, it'll be an opportunity for a small business owner to really get their name out there on a large platform. So I'm super excited about what's to come. And as I mentioned earlier, we are going on cool October 4th. So this is the last show that you'll see the full show on this social media platform. So super excited. Again, just reach out to detailproduct.net, or you can send inbox me or inbox the team here. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much. I'm so excited. I just can't stop smiling about that huge opportunity. Okay, so tonight, as I said, we kind of changed some things around, and it's no longer Happy Friday, that kind of thing. It's going to be now Let's Talk About. And this Friday is let's talk about what do you bring to the table, or what do you not bring to the table in your relationship, in your life. So let me go and give a shout out to the Let's Talk family. And you guys, as we're going through with the show, put in their comment, ask questions, because these women are on fire. I'm so excited to have them on. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a shout out. All right, my girl Wanda, she is tuning in from the ATL. Hey, girl, how are you? So glad. Thank you for your love and support. Hubby's watching from the infamous man cave. Kojak, Skate family. What's up, sir? Superman. Mommy in love from Vegas. Love you. Thank you for your love and support. Cousin Diane is checking in from Vegas as well. Love you. Love you, love you. My daughter, who's one of the producers of the show. Love you, girl. She's checking in from the ATL. Turn up. Let's see here. Who else is checking in? Oh, Richard, excuse me, Rockin' Richard Houston, the great legendary skater. He's checking in from Detroit. Hey, what's up? And we've got a new name, Renee Lambert. Howdy. Not sure who that is, but thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk, and thank you for your support. And I see quite a few of you watching as well. Maybe y'all scared to say something. It's all good. I thank you for your support. So that's my Let's Talk fam. And as I mentioned earlier, going forward, when we record, you guys will be part of the live virtual audience, and the shows will be seen on Roku, so you'll be visible for all to see. All right, so let's get into this hot subject. And again, this is called Let's Talk About What Do You Bring to the Table. So my first guest, let me put up her slide so you guys can remember who she is. I love her to pieces. She is amazing at what she does. She is what I call the bomb.com. She is no stranger to the show. This is Miss Elise Green. She is a life coach. She is a Let's Talk a life coach. So you guys, everybody give a warm virtual welcome to Elise Green. Let's bring her on in the studio here. Hey, lady.
Hello, hello, hello. So glad to be back. It's exciting.
How are you doing?
I am doing well, thank you. A little time has gone by, but I am good. I cannot complain. Girl, do not worry about those internet gods. We ain't thinking about them, honey. This is live and happening. So this is going to be an amazing show. I'm so excited for you.
Oh, thank you. As you know, lots of hard work. Lots of hard
Yes,
work.
absolutely. Absolutely. So,
All
girl,
right.
what we talking about today?
Woo, I'm going to turn it all over to you and let you just school us on what to bring to the table and what not to bring to the table. Oh my goodness, this is exciting. I'm going to roll it over to you.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome, guys. It's so good to see you. I've missed you. I'm so glad to be back. And there's this thing we're talking about is what to bring to the table. First of all, have you been invited to the table? Do you
Ooh.
even know what table this is all about? You may
Mm.
not even be at the right table. But I have 3 pros or what to brings and 3 what not to brings because I don't want to overwhelm you. So I want to give you a good start on, how to navigate this. So talking about what to bring to the table. First of all, the table is the platform that things get done at. And Hamilton is like the guy wanted to be in the room, Aaron Burr wanted to be in the room when it happened, where the table is where you want to be when things are happening or making things happening. And so I'm speaking of what to bring to the table in your communities, in your spheres of influence. Okay. So in your communities, in your sphere of influence. And so the first thing I say to bring to the table always is integrity. If
Mm.
you have no integrity, nobody wants to do anything with you. Trust me, your slip will show eventually.
Ooh.
Integrity is what you do when no one is watching. Is what you do when no one is watching. So are you honest? Do you keep your word?
Mm.
Are you real about who you say you are? Or are you kind of faking it till you make it?
Ooh.
Eventually, your slip will show. So
Mhm.
let's just be real about who we are. I am here and this is where I want to go. And my crayon box is packed with people like me, so I need to get in a new box. So I want to come to your table. So be honest about it, be open about it, have integrity. And the second is communication skills.
Oh,
People
that's
cannot think, people can't read your mind, baby.
mhm.
They cannot read what you are thinking. We often think, and this I think is a female trait too. It's like they should know what I'm thinking. They should have known. It doesn't work that way. We need to communicate with each other. And communication is not just me running my mouth and talking. I need to listen.
Ooh.
So it is give and take. It is call and response. I need to communicate to you. Then I need to know if you're hearing what I'm saying. And then I need to hear how you're saying it so that I can make sure that I am clear. So communicating skills are so important. We need to communicate for clarity and also comprehension and understanding. And sometimes we have to change the language that we use in order for others to understand what we're talking about. Have you ever looked at ads when you've been applying for jobs and they use all kinds of fun acronyms that are for their industry and you have no idea what they're talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
communication challenges right there. So in their industry, they know exactly what they mean. And if you're in that industry, you get it. But if you're not in that industry, there's no clarity. So we need to work at communicating with clarity and for understanding. Remember, it's not just talking, but it's also listening. And there is a focus group skill set that is used, and it's repeating. So let's just say someone shared with me that they have a challenge using swivel tables. And
Mm.
so my call and response would be, so what I hear you say is that you have a challenge using swivel tables. Am I correct?
Wow.
With that step right there, we can alleviate a lot of misunderstanding. It's
Mm.
just um, being humble enough to just ask the question, am I clear about what you're talking about? Don't be so prideful. And then number 3 is flexibility. Be flexible at the table, especially if you've been invited to the table. Don't try and take over the table now. Be flexible.
Mhm.
Things change. There's grooves and movement and seasons and reasons. So be flexible when you're at the table. So in your circles of influence, you want to have integrity. You want to be able to communicate for understanding and clarity, communication for comprehension, so there's less misunderstanding, and flexibility. Now, here are the knots.
Uh-oh.
Don't bring this in your bag to the table, okay?
Ooh.
Don't bring selfishness and narcissism.
Ooh, that's
You
deep.
know, a lot of us have skills. We have good skills. We have letters after our names and sheepskins on our walls. You don't have to come in puffing up your chest and banging on it.
Mhm.
Just don't be so selfish and narcissistic. Let other people acknowledge you. Let other people lift you up. It's okay to be confident. I'm not saying don't be confident, but
Mm-hmm.
don't puff yourself up. Chill. It's all right. You will be noticed.
Mm.
The next thing is singularity or tunnel vision. Only wanting what you want, and you're only cannot hear what anyone else is saying at
Mm.
the table. You just keep coming back to your thing. You just keep coming back to your thing. No one wants a broken record at the table. Again, that falls into the selfishness category. So don't
Mhm.
bring singularity or tunnel vision to the table. There are lots of viewpoints at the table. The table could be square, the table could be round, the table could be oval. And there's lots of viewpoints and vantage points at that table. So let's get rid of singularity and tunnel vision. Let's have a more peripheral vision. Like when you're driving a car, you need to be able to see what's going on. And you're
Mhm.
even learning to use that rear view mirror to see what, oh, don't go there. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
And then the third thing of what not to bring to the table is lack of compassion.
Oh, that's a deep one.
Lack of compassion.
Mhm.
Everybody may not be where you are, baby,
Mm.
but don't get yourself twisted
Mm.
because people can pass you up.
Woo, that part.
Snap, 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 snap.
Mhm. Snap, snap, snap. Yes.
So don't come with lack of compassion and you're going to come to this table and run things. You don't
Mm.
need to run things in your sphere of influence. You need to work together in your sphere of influence, in your community. And if you have skill sets that can help move things along, great. Let's use them together. Invite others to link arms with you as you may take a little bit of the lead, but they come along with you in that movement. So don't come selfish and narcissistic. Don't
Mhm.
have singularity and tunnel vision, and don't lack compassion. Be compassionate. We all have to start somewhere.
Ooh, that's so deep. That's so deep. You hit the nail on the head, especially with the compassion, especially, during these times that we're in, maybe you're not affected by that situation, but you never know, there's such a thing as karma.
And it is powerful, and karma don't forget.
No, not
It
at all.
doesn't forget.
Oh my God.
So those are the primary ones I want to bring to the table. I know there's so much more that we deal with at the table, but
Mm.
if we're dealing with these three what to brings and three not to brings, you're going
Mhm.
to be pretty safe at your table, and it'll be productive, and it will be give and take, and everybody gets to rise up together.
Absolutely. And I love when you mentioned earlier that you referred to a Crayola box, but um I like to think of it, if you're the smartest one in the room, leave the room. Go
Hello.
to another room where you can learn and you can pick up and grasp things. Not to put anybody down, it's just I need to be challenged. I need to pick up on some things. But do it with compassion, do it with grace, and just be nice with it. One of the viewers is saying tables can turn, also do the right thing. That is so true. Ooh.
The Chinese have this dolly in the middle, and they put all the food on it, especially it's family style eating. And
Mhm.
you want that kung pao chicken. You waiting for that kung pao chicken to come around, but someone can turn that dolly the opposite direction right when it gets to you, and you don't get that kung pao chicken. So yes, the tables can turn, the directions can turn.
Oh,
You may
can
not get what you want.
Mhm. Oh, that's deep. That is so deep. And especially when you talked about the narcissist ways, don't think it's all about you, and that's huge as well. Because sometimes if you
Yes.
give back or you give of yourself, God will bless you in other ways, So
Everyone's road is not the same, and in the narcissism, in narcissists are really good at not looking like narcissists, and they come with the backward slams and the backward put downs, and they make themselves look so honest and true. But no, come on now, you look carefully at the character of the
mhm.
people that are at your table, and just don't be narcissistic. It's all right. We can all grow together. We can all move forward together. So
Yes, we
do
can.
good in your community. Be the good part of your community. Don't tear your community down.
Oh, that's so true. That right there is so true. I was watching the news earlier today, and from the Hurricane Ian, and I can't recall. I think it was Orlando. I'm not sure, in Florida, and it was really flooded out. Like it flooded every all these homes, but people were still in the homes, right? It wasn't up to their necks, it may be up to their waist and so forth. And so all the first responders hadn't gotten there to help, and so it was this young lady and her, I think it was her dad. They just got in the boat. They had a fisher's boat, and they just got out there and they went and started saving people. They were like, and the reporter was like, "Well, why would you give of yourself? And why aren't you charging money to do this?" And the dad, he says, "You know what? If I do this good deed and help others, I might need something one day, or God will bless me. So I'm doing it out of the kindness of my heart." And I thought, wow.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Sometimes I wonder what comes through the minds of our reporters, but that's another segment altogether.
Absolutely. I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions or anything they want to say. Um, that they're all saying talk that talk, that kind of thing. Tell us, Elise. I've got your information here. Tell us about Dream Consulting, Dreamcast Consulting. Tell us about that. What's that about, girl?
Oh, Dreamcast Consulting is something that the Lord grew me into. I ran away from being called a life coach, a life consultant.
Okay.
I ran away from it. I was everything but. And he's like, no, that's what you are. And so for the last 5, 6 years, I have had the privilege of coming alongside of people coming out of different dynamics in their life and being able to use the skill set that God has given me and the education and training to help them move forward along their path, whether creating a checklist, creating a path, or creating a blueprint on how to succeed and where they want to succeed, whether it is starting businesses, whether it is reinventing themselves. I have clients who have come out of domestic violence and they had to just restart their lives, and the beauty of it is being able to watch them achieve these steps. So I am blessed by watching people do what they want to do. I love coaching. I love talking, and I love the Lord. So using all of these skill sets, Dreamcast Consulting comes along with you in your personal development, in your business development, and even the coaching areas. So I work with teens in their transition from middle school to high school. And I also work with elementary students coming from elementary to junior high school. So I'm blessed to have a platform that I can use the skills that God has given me, even in my wheelchair, and still help people do the things that they want to do. So let's talk about it. You can email me at dreamcastconsulting@gmail.com. Also, you can go to my Calendly. I forgot to give this to you, girl. Calendly.com/ Dreamcast Consulting. And you can get on my calendar. But I will go back into the chat once this is posted and I will post those links in there for you. And I'm here for you. So let's do this.
Absolutely. And you guys, I can attest to it. She has helped me out tremendously with the things that I've wanted to do with the show. Some of you know or may not know, I started this show out on my kitchen counter, right? And I talked to her. She coached me. She said, "You need to be doing this and this." And she's constantly on me. And so I can honestly say from the advice that she's giving me, I'm going to Roku TV. Amen. Won't God do
Woo!
it?
Amen.
And she is very good at what she does. I can definitely say that. So, Elise, I hope you will continue to be our life coach. I would love for you to be our life coach because,
It is
girl,
my pleasure. Do you realize this is season 2 beginning for me?
yes, it is. Turn up.
Yes. I'm a little excited, but yes, I'm so excited for you, girl. I just praise God for the
Yes,
road that He's given to
yes,
you.
yes.
And I'm with you all the way.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I appreciate you for coming on. And she's going to be on once a month, and they'll see you streaming live 24 hours going around and around. So you guys definitely reach out to her. Let me just double check before I let you go, girl, to see. Oh, okay. Somebody else had another comment here. They said you only have about a minute to make a good impression. Oh my gosh, is that ever true?
Hello.
Is that
That is
ever
so
true?
true. So, who do you want to be when you make that impression?
Mm-hmm.
You want to be
Mm-hmm.
the one that they run to or the one that they run from?
Oh my gosh. And then they said they've been to conferences where the speaker gave more resume than content and lost the audience. Oh, yes. I've been to that. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. It's not all about you, it's about helping others.
yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And then another viewer said, Yay, so excited. We love you, Miss Elise. Aw.
I love you too. Thank you so much, and thank you for letting me ride.
Yes, ma'am. And we will be in touch. So thank you once again for coming on Let's Talk. And we'll be in touch for the next segment. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys. She is amazing. She is good at what she does. If you guys need help with your business or your coaching or your school or your kids, whatever, reach out to her. She is amazing. She's also helped some other entrepreneurs that have gone on to become, if you watch some of the shows she's been on, that have gone on to have their products actually in Walmart, right? Somebody had ideas. She coached them through on what they can do and inspired them and motivated them. And their products are actually on Walmart shelves. So you guys reach out to her. She is amazing. Okay, so let's keep it going with what do you bring to the table? Oh my gosh, this is my next guest. She is amazing as well. Love her to pieces. I'm telling you, Black Girl Magic. We got some talented women out here. This is Kimberly McCants. She keeps it real. When I say she keeps it real, girl, guy, she keeps it real about relationships. You guys, everybody, welcome to the virtual stage. Relationship counselor and author Kimberly McCants. Let's bring her on in. There she is. Hey, lady.
Lady, how are you?
How you doing? Thank you so much for
I
great
am good.
for coming on Let's
Absolutely.
Talk.
Pleasure.
Yes,
My
indeed. Yes,
pleasure, always.
yes, ma'am. So you know what? Like I did with Lisa, I'm just gonna turn it over to you and let you do your thing and tell us what to not bring to the table, or what do you bring to the table?
Okay, so let's first talk about the table. I think
Okay.
we forget about. Okay, so we know why people say, or they ask the question, what do you bring to the table? And most of the time when people respond, they're responding with something material. Um, when you're asked, what do you bring to the table? You have to first understand what is the table. Okay, so by definition, I'll give you the two definitions. By definition, the table is a piece of furniture with a flat top and one or more legs providing level surface on which objects may be placed. So it's level surface on which objects may be placed. Let's remember that. The second one is a set of facts or figures systematically displayed. A set of facts or figures systematically displayed. So those are the two definitions. Keep that in your mind. Now, when you're referring to the first definition, the table with the legs, that already indicates that there's some formation or presence of something that is already stable, is stable enough to hold something other than itself and strong enough to sustain itself by itself because the foundation is built on equal supporting structures.
Okay.
Having that being said, when asking, what do you bring to the table? You have to make sure that the person's table, as well as your own, is already stable. That means your foundation has to already be stable before you can get into something else. You cannot bring something to a table if the table is wobbly, if it's not on solid foundation. It's going to be a problem consistently, be it with theirs or with yours. So when bringing something to the table, bring a table. You bring a table, the other person brings a table. That means you're both coming in stable. You're both coming in firm. You're both coming in with the ability to hold, to withstand, to balance out each other. That's the main thing you have to bring is the table. You can't depend on one person to have it because that means right out the gate, it's like a 50-50. You can't do 50-50 when you got two people. There's only one 100. There's another 100 that's missing. You have to have two tables so that both people are equally set. Okay, when referring to the second definition of dealing with the facts and figures, it indicates, or rather speaks very specifically about facts that are systematically displayed, meaning it is clear and it's orderly, it's displayed on purpose, with purpose. You know exactly what you're getting. You know exactly what the expectation is. You know exactly what you're capable of providing, what the reciprocity is going to look like. There is no guessing, hoping, wishing, praying, thinking. It's none of that. You know for absolute certainty what it is. No questions whatsoever. And I'm looking back and forth at my notes because I want to make sure I don't skip anything.
Oh, no.
So again, when you are asking the question, what do you bring to the table? You have to be certain on which context you're asking the question. Are you asking it from the formation, from the stability? Are you asking from the facts? Are you asking from both ends? I'm gonna give you a scenario also. This is how we think about it. Say you're invited to a cookout or a potluck. Common. You're always asked to bring something. Everybody's asked to bring something. There's always something different that a person is asked to bring. You may bring, the dessert. Somebody may bring the drinks. Somebody's going to bring the main course. I don't know if we paused. It seems like we paused here on my end. I don't know. I'm going to keep talking.
Yeah, you good.
Did you pause as well?
No, you good.
Are we good? Okay. Like I was saying, we bring something that someone is missing. We'll bring that. We each have our own part to bring. But again, I said we have to bring the table. One of the other things that we have to bring, this is where it gets deeper. Now we talking about the relationship, right? This is where it gets deeper. The next thing you bring after you bring the table is you bring the tablecloth. Why? Because the tablecloth represents the covering. You want to make sure that you are bringing some form of spiritual covering to this union. Both sides must make sure that you are able to provide some type of spiritual covering in this union, so nothing that is uninvited, nothing that is tainted is able to infiltrate or put itself upon your plate. So make sure you bring the tablecloth. The next thing you want to bring also are the napkins, because what also happens is people still get in their emotions. They have emotional breakdowns, they'll have spiritual breakdowns, and they shed tears. So you want to make sure that you have something to wipe those tears away. You have those napkins to make sure that you can wipe those tears away. Then you also want to make sure you bring in the word, you bring in the truth, you bring in facts. Those equal out to your cutlery. Those are your forks and your knives and your spoons, because you have to have a way to take in the sustenance. You got to have a way to eat it, right? You got to have a way to get it inside of you. So you have to provide a means for a person to be able to receive what it is that you're giving them. So that's your cutlery. Then you have to make sure you have the glasses. And I didn't say cups, I said glasses. Why? Okay. Because the glasses bring the transparency. You know what's in it. You know what's in your glass. You know what's in your partner's glass. There's no question. You can see the clarity in it. You know that there is nothing in it that is tainted. It's pure. You can see it. I'm going to pour into you. You're going to pour into me, and we're going to see exactly what we're giving each other. No question whatsoever. Then you want to make sure you have the plates. Now, the plates are important because the plates are your offering symbol. This is what you're putting on the plate is important, but the fact that you're bringing an offering to somebody is also important. It symbolizes the offering, okay? It's clean. It represents your heart. It represents your mind, and it represents your intention, because you're never going to give somebody that you care about anything on a dirty plate, right? You're not going to give them good food on a dirty plate. You're not going to serve them fine wine in dirty glasses. You're going to make sure that the forks and spoons and knives that they're eating with are clean. The plate also has to be clean. Now, on that plate, you got to have something. You got to have some sustenance. Something's got to be able to be ingested. You got everything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to just have an empty plate is not good enough. So what do you put on your plate? What does your meal look like? Who's preparing the meal? What ingredients are going into this food that you're putting on this plate as an offering to somebody as you're joining their table? That too is important. So the ingredients, I'll say, or your meal that you're bringing or that you're putting on the plate, it should come with some peace.
Ooh.
It should come with some safety. It should come with some security. It should come with all of the essential nutrients that will allow the union, not just the other person, but will allow the union to grow, to mature, to balance out. You got to have your minerals. You got to have your vitamins. You got to have all of these essential elements. That means you're not coming in there with drama and trauma. You are coming in there with the trauma release. I'm not bringing you trauma. I am your trauma releaser. You're not bringing them confusion. You're not bringing them hostility. You're bringing the peace. These are the things that have to be on the table. You got to be supportive. These are things that have to be on your plate. We're so concerned about, well, he got to make $1 million and she got to have a 99 bra size. You know what I'm saying? Why? First of all, those things are unrealistic. They're unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're expecting somebody to bring unrealistic items to your table or to a table, your table is going to be empty. That other table is not even going to be built because it can't be built with unreasonable material or unaccessible material. It can't happen. We think about the wrong things. We're asking for the wrong, we're expecting the wrong things when we're asking these questions. And it's become more of like a trend to say, well, what are you bringing to the table? Well, I'm bringing, no, sister, first of all, a woman should never tell a man that she's bringing anything dealing with her physical appearance to the table. Why? Because he ain't even got to go to the table to find that. You don't have to come to your table at all to find that. There's nothing special about your physical appearance because what happens when it changes? Your physical appearance is going to change. That means nothing. That's not going to stand or stay at the table. That's like having ice cream on the plate in 90 degrees outside. Once the sun hit it, it ain't no good. Bring something that he needs. Bring something that she needs. Bring something that you both need that's going to sustain you both, that's going to balance you both, that's going to protect you both, that's going to cover you both, that's going to raise you both. This is how you maintain the table, is making sure that both sides have the same thing. It's not what you can bring over here. It's what can we bring on both of these tables, and then we can put these tables together. Because if I have this much and you have much, and we bring these tables together, we have twice as much.
Boom.
We're a little bit selfish in our relationships. I should say a bit selfish in the relationships because it's all about what can I get from you? What can I get from you? How about what can we give to each other so that it's just us, so that no one else can come in here and even attempt to get anything from us? How about that?
I know that's right. Oh, that's deep, girl.
Yes, ma'am. I told you I pray on it. You know, I told you yesterday, I said, let me meditate. Let me see what the Most High gives me. And it was quick. It's like the table. I said, bet, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. It's so important that we stop being so material and so surface in what it is we need and expect and are willing to give the person we claim we got feelings for, the person we claim we love and or want to be with. How? How can you say you love this individual, you care for this individual, when you're not willing to make sure that they have what they need with or without you? That's the part. With or without you. I might not be the one for you, but while we're together, I'm going to make sure you have what you need. I'm going to give to you what I can give to you, what you need, not just what I want you to have, but what you need. So if you get into another relationship, one that is destined for you, one that was made for you specifically, you will go in there not only with just a few of the legs or a couple pieces on top of the table, you will go in there with a completed table. You can offer somebody else a full table. Be the legs on the table. Be
Yes.
the balance for the tables,
Yes.
both sides. We're
Yes.
going in here halfway. I
Mm.
got two legs. Here, this is what I'm offering you. Well, what I'm gonna do with a two-legged table?
Right.
You can
Right.
do nothing with a two-legged table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Deep. Deep.
Yes,
And like you said, it doesn't necessarily have to be materialistic. It could just be, maybe that person, when they come home from work, they got a stressful job, they just need a hug, a kiss, you
absolutely.
know
Because the material things, you can both get them, whatever they are. You can get them individually,
yes.
you can get them together. Those things don't matter. Those things don't hold value. They're
Right.
not worth anything. It's the
Right.
things that you can't touch that last the longest. It's the
Woo.
things that you think about, that you put your energy into, your real soul into, that hold the value.
Mm-hmm.
That is how you show somebody you love them. Like I said before, when you tell somebody you love them and say, and it don't have anything to do with you, I love you, and it's got nothing to do with you. That's a service that you are providing. That's a truth that you are giving to somebody, whether they accept it or not, whether they reciprocate it or not. You're giving a truth to someone. You're able to love them. Allow them the same opportunity to be able to love you in the truth. We're not doing it right. We're
Mm-hmm.
just not doing it right. Society got us messed up. Society's got us believing that our truth and our value is in material things, or is in what someone else says, or is in what we're watching on television. And I'm stressing the lies in both of these. What is being shown on television, that's a fact because we keep seeing it. It is not a fact at all.
So
What
true.
we're living with each other is our fact. What we're experiencing is our fact. It can
Mm-hmm.
be proven. What we're experiencing, it's fact.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
this other stuff is made up. Like I said, when we talking about this table, we forget about the table.
That's so deep.
Bring the table.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That
Bring
is
the table. Make sure you are good. Make sure you are spiritually sound. Make sure you are emotionally sound. Make sure everything about you is good. And that doesn't mean that you have to wait until you're perfect to get into a relationship, because there is no such thing, right? But
mm-hmm.
make sure that you are healthy enough
Mm-hmm.
to allow somebody else into a union with you, that you are healthy enough that when you get into a union with somebody, that you are impacting them, not infecting them. There's
Ooh.
a difference. You want to be a part of them, not break apart them or break them apart. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Deep.
We're not doing it right.
Deep.
We're not
Oh
doing
my
it
gosh,
right.
that's so deep, girl. You be preaching. That is so true. Especially when you talked about the tablecloth. You've got to have God in your relationship. If you don't, I mean, my goodness. Wow, that's so deep. Even to the transparency, the glasses has to be clear, pouring into
Absolutely.
another, supporting one another. And you're right, Kim. You know, when you talk about how you may meet her and she's gorgeous, but like you say, if you're gonna grow old with this person, she ain't gonna always be fine. He ain't gonna always be
Correct.
fine. You need to be in love with each other beyond what you see.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
People going
Absolutely.
crazy
That's
in the comment section, girl. Oh my gosh. Uh, Richard
I love
says, oh, he's crazy. But yes, I mean, it's true. Richard, yes,
it.
she be preaching, don't she? I mean, it's so true. Everything that you spoke on, girl, you could speak on this for hours. You guys put some questions in here to ask her. I mean, this is what she does for a living. She's a relationship counselor and an author. She be breaking it down. Oh my gosh. Here's the news. Yeah, somebody said looks are a dime a dozen. That's so true.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
you mentioned it too, you know, if somebody's not mentally healthy or emotionally healthy, how can they bring all themselves into the relationship and give what
Right.
they supposed to give?
Right. Well, they're going to give you everything that they are. So if they are mentally ill, if they are spiritually ill, if they are emotionally ill, they're going to give you everything that
Oh,
they have.
oof, that's scary.
It is, it's very scary. It's
Oof.
very scary. That's what I'm saying. We're not looking for the right things. We're not looking for the things that mean anything, or that have any sustenance, if you will. There's nothing. We're very surface on the things that we're looking for, that we're asking for, or that we even settle for. We
Yes.
want the person that looks good on the outside, but they're garbage on the inside, but nobody sees the inside, but they do, because once it has entered into you, they see in you. They see in
Mm,
everything that you have connected with. That garbage transfers, honey. Don't think that it doesn't. It transfers. If you don't put it out and leave it out, it's coming back in the house.
mm, that's deep. Oh my gosh, that's so deep. That is so deep. Well, you know, Kim, I'm so glad that you are part of the Let's Talk relationship counselor, the official. You got to come back every month. We love you to pieces. You be speaking truth.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
love it.
this stuff is stuff that we do need to talk about. A lot of people don't sit down and talk about their relationship and
Right.
what they're bringing to the table, what they're not bringing. So I'm so glad you'll be going with us over to Roku. Woohoo! Turn
Yeah,
down
I'm
that.
happy with that.
And they
Thank
can
you
watch
so
you 24 hours, just constantly, cycling through. So
much.
you
Right.
definitely got to come back and share some more knowledge. Like I said, go in the comment section. They're going bananas. They love you,
Oh,
girl. They,
I love this too.
and finally, this last comment, somebody said, garbage can, garbage out. That is so true.
Okay. Yep.
Ooh-wee. Y'all better be careful out
Absolutely.
there. You getting involved with. There's so much mess out here. Well, I love you to
Yes.
pieces, girl, and
I love
definitely
you
next month we gotta have you come in and share your knowledge. Definitely.
always. My pleasure, beloved. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. And
Oh,
congratulations also on this new platform, honey. You deserve
thank
it.
you. But God, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Talk to you
You will.
soon. Okay.
Okay, love. All
Bye
right.
bye. Oh, she is the bomb.com, you guys. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad she's going to be part of the Let's Talk family in terms of experts that we have. And she's just amazing, as you guys know. Oh wow. So I'm super excited to, have had Elise on, the life coach, and the relationship counselor Kimberly on, just so blessed to have them in my life to be a part of the show. And so in closing, it's befitting to say, they both spoke on this at one time or another, but in closing, I found this quote from Sonia Friedman that basically said, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for others. So if you allow people to treat you like trash, or you treat yourself like trash, they're going to treat you that way as well. And if you flip it, be kind to others, be compassionate, as Elise spoke about, and as Kimberly talked about in your relationship. Make sure you have God or spiritual something in there as that tablecloth, and be transparent. So, you guys, as we close out the show, I just want to tell you, do one good thing for one person each day, and you can affect 365 lives. I'm on a timer now that we on TV streaming. Woohoo! We got to be an hour, under an hour. So I'm so happy to see that we are under that time. And as I mentioned earlier, this is going to be the the last show that's going to be shown full blown on this social media outlet going forward. My virtual live studio audience, which is Let's Talk Fam, you guys will come in on Friday nights at 8:30 live. We'll tape the show with the guests, with you guys chiming in and questions and so forth. And then we will take the show over to Roku where you can watch it there. As I mentioned earlier in the show, make sure you download Roku to your smart TV. If you have a TV that you can get Netflix on, you can get Roku. So download Roku. Make sure you put in the MJ own television network. I'll put that slide up again so you guys can see it. And then you put in the Let's Talk channel, and I'll be streaming 24 hours all day long there. We've got our own channel. If you know of a small business that would like to be an advertiser on the show, let me know. Slots are going fast. Roku has 80 million viewers. So if you've got a service or a community project, what have you, that you want mentioned, reach out to us by going to detailproduct.net. And also you can inbox me here on this social media platform. But again, we'll be taping here. So all of my Let's Talk fam, you're going with me over to Roku TV. So super excited. It's all through God. 2 years of grinding and working hard. I give him all the glory and praise. So you guys make sure you download it. Oh, also I forgot to mention, you can download it to your cell phone as well. If you want to watch it on your phone, on your lunch break, just download the app Roku. And again, as you see there on the screen, put in the MJ own network. And then my channel is a Let's Talk with author Dre Lett, just as you see there on the screen. So super excited for that. So you guys be kind to one another, love on one another. And if no one has told you that they love you, know that I love you, and we shall see each other soon. All right. And with those words, I'm out.